My name's Joseph, and if you know me, you know that I like to take lots of little side adventures and chase and take photos of trains and other forms of transportation, along with politics, and frequent breaking news and spot news stories. Sometimes this photography can take me to very remote locations to get the perfect shot, but other times it's just in our own neck of the woods, including frequent locations throughout Alamance County, including Graham and Burlington. Most of this trackside photography is for me a form of art because I like to incorporate both the trackside environment, such as local communities, and the people who live along the track. The terrain around the tracks itself is also a drawing point for me as it allows me to explore around with different compositions with my camera. But probably one of the biggest benefits I get from taking railroad photography is meeting the men and women who keep our rail networks moving, either that be commuter or freight rail in their blue-collar line of work. It's very fulfilling at the end of the day when I can send them a nice photo of them while they're working, so they get to be happy and feel accomplished for what they do during their daily lives. But probably the biggest driving force that made me do rail photography in the beginning was my own family. My great-great-grandfather, Melvin Keitlinger, worked on the Erie and then Erie-Lackawanna railroads in Galion, Ohio, inside a switch tower between two train lines during most of his professional life. And while I never got to meet him, I feel like this is a cool thing for me to do, and he would be impressed for the photos I take. In addition, my late grandfather, Jerry Navin, also introduced me to railroading in my own hometown in Mount Vernon, Ohio, before he passed away a year after this photo was taken, in 2008. On the political side of things, I've basically spent the last year and a half throwing myself headfirst into the world of politics across the Tar Heel state, and it's led me to go on many different locations and adventures throughout my time here at Elon. And one of the things I love the most about it is being headfirst into the action of politics and hearing different candidates speak while trying to get a great photo throughout the whole thing and tell the story of what's going on. Of some of the more challenging things I've covered was things that I don't necessarily politically and personally agree with, but were very good experiences for me nonetheless to cover. One of them would be the state house's override of the governor's veto on SB 20, along with covering at least 3 Trump presidential campaign events, which are very stressful but photography-wise been extremely beneficial. On the other hand, covering local news has been equally as interesting, including the Graham fire in October of 2023, which was a 3-alarm fire and fairly major and historical for this community. But in the end, I'm really proud of what I've learned here at Elon, and I feel like leaving here, I've learned the tools that will propel me to be a good journalist in the future and hopefully make everybody that's gotten me to this step really proud.